Let's make your job easy.
The last time these two sides clashed, it's been the away team who's taken the 4 points. But on this occasion, West Coast bucked that trend to make it their sixth straight victory to remain equal top on the AFL ladder. Welcome to Eagle Review, proudly sponsored by Kennards Hire. Ben Roberts.
Hi.
Awesome to have you back as always. Look, the surface may be copping a whack at Optus Stadium, but I tell you what, we don't mind playing there at all. 4 from our last 5. Playing some outstanding football along the way.
Yeah, loving it, and a little bit less dramatic than the last time we played the Power, it must be said. But geez, they are playing well, and it was a good game on the weekend. Another performance. I'll give you some of the better stats coming off the page for me. Extra 14 stoppages in the forward half, so territory battle, and when it is getting in there, locking it in. It was pretty even scores from stoppages, only 8 points to the positive, but it was in the positive. Inside 50s from stoppages, 15, so that's a lot there. And first possession out of a stoppage, plus 19. And clearances plus 14. So a good day for the boys in the middle, particularly, as we'll touch on more thoroughly in a minute, with Shuey out for most of the game.
Man, pinged his hammy in the first 3 minutes. Looked like he was going to have 50 touches the way he started this game. But when that went, and you knew Dom Sheed was missing through injury as well, this midfield really had to step up as a collective.
Yep, and guess who led that charge? Well, plenty of them did, but one guy I'd like to touch on, Jack Redden. His last 2 weeks has been prolific. A lot of the football, inside stuff, a lot of clearances. He's been really good. Another guy, the guy that came in on Thursday, Hutchings, 10 tackles and a very, very important goal late in the piece.
Clutch Hutch.
Yep, as he's living up to his nickname there, self-appointed maybe. And Simo, as he said after the game, he's been stiff to miss a couple of times, and that couldn't be truer. Every time he comes in, he performs and does exactly what he's asked of him. The different look this year's cost him a little bit at times, but geez, he's reliable.
Shannon Hearn's All-Australian type season is continuing.
Speaking of reliable.
22 disposals, 89% efficiency so far in 2018. The AFL record, if he keeps that up, and he had it 91% efficiency against the Power, so he just keeps rolling. Jack Darling, this bloke is having a season for the ages. Let me tell you, more opportunity than ever with JK going down, as we know, and JK also hanging in that forward 50 a little bit more as he's reintroduced into this side.
Yep.
10 marks, 6 contested.
Yep.
That's a career high. What more can you say about him?
What more can I say? Well, I can probably say plenty, and luckily we've printed on the A3 sheets this week because there's that many stats, I need every inch of it. He's having career highs in disposals 14.7, goals 2.57, inside 50s 3 a game. This is all per game. 7.43 contested possessions, uncontested possessions 7.8, contested marks 2.71, marks inside 53 a game, and 1%ers 3.14 a game. They're all career highs, all so far this year. He's bloody killing it.
While we're pumping up the forwards, Willie Rioli's shout out, fantastic game, probably his best in Eagles colours, setting up a few goals on the day, but his defensive tackling was paramount to his sublime performance.
Yeah, well, not only doing things with the ball, he's doing it without. Team high 4 post clearance ground ball gets, so doing it when the ball going to find the ball. 13 pressure acts in the forward half, but also 4 goal assists and 8 score involvements. Best game, no doubt.
Loved his little twinkle toe effort to get around his opponents here. Oh, some magic, but the kick was an absolute scrubber. I think I'll cut that there when it's the career highlights time. Jack Petruccelli, we know he's got speed, but just made Jasper Pittard look slow. That was a fantastic effort. Good to see him get his first goal in Eagles colours.
Absolutely, and not only, like we said with Willie, doing things with the footy and using his pace and putting on a lot of efforts there, but pressure acts 18 in the forward half of the game. That's a lot. Not quite a team high. We'll touch on that shortly. But that's 18 for the game, so he's doing it with the ball, without, and going very well.
A few moments we do want to touch on. Mark Lacra's opening goal. This was something special. Gets the smother, ends up following up his own work, and drills one from a pretty tight angle. Fantastic work.
Absolutely, playing bloody well. And I spoke a minute ago about 18 pressure acts being almost a team high. Most weeks it would be, but not this week when Mark Lacra has anything to do with it. 20 for the game, forward half pressure acts, lovely stuff. 7 inside 50s, 2 score assists, 7 score involvements, nearly 400 metres gained. Mark Lacra crushing it. You're a star.
Take a breath there, Benny. What about Brad Shepherd's mark at three-quarter time? This was clutch when the Power was surging and they kicked a fair few goals in a row.
Yep.
That was an important grab, and he has been quite clutch this season, down back Brad Shepherd. Nick Natanui burying Amon into the turn.
Thought he was going to get up from that. I thought it was Parfitt all over again.
You can give me all the money in the world. I don't want to be in that position. Let's get to our Kennards roast of the round, and the list is growing, as it always does. Jackson Nelson winning the footy off his face. That's a bit of skill there. Try doing that again. Nick Natanui, I don't know about this one. When you're having the chewing gum as you're about to go for the ruck, and then it's time to go, and you just throw it on the turf. Is there anything more annoying than getting chewing gum on your boot? Nick Nat, have a think about the other players out on the field there, mate.
Not all about you, Nick, not all about you. Well, maybe he thought moving on to this one, He doesn't have to, unless it hits him right there when the ball's been thrown back, he does not have to move his arms and try and suck in the ump for a 50.
Only a 10-foot wingspan?
No, that's right. He's only got the levers to work with that one, but we're going to get him for that. That's not good enough. Speaking of Nick again, Sam Gray. Sam, why are you picking a fight with the biggest man on earth?
Dumb. What
when
about
you were this tall?
Yeah, he pushed him, a whole 1 centimetre off his line as well? Yeah, showed what he's about.
Pick your battles.
Travis Boak, 2,694 career handballs. That's got to be the worst of all of them
Easily.
right there. Duggan, there's nothing worse when you go to attempt the bump and deliver some hurt and you get put on your backside. That's a little bit embarrassing for Duggan.
Well, speaking of embarrassing, this is a dead set fresh airy from Johnson. We would have marked that one. I'm prepared to say that. Waterman. Now, NBA Finals time. LeBron James struggling to find it up in the North American games at the moment, but we'll let him go. We're not going to roast him just yet. We'll let him bounce back next week. Waterman. Have a look at this effort. 5 dribbles down the line like he's running down, setting up the play. Love it from him. Obviously a big basketball fan.
Correct. What about Kennedy getting his hip smashed? This looks painful as anything, but you thought, geez, he's recovered well to later in the quarter go for Mark of the Year attempt. These AFL players, mate, their recovery, I mean, if we got hit in the hip that hard, I'm taking 2 weeks off work.
I would not be here right now.
Nah, but he's just bobbing up for Toyota classic catches. Going around the grounds now. Tom Stewart, nice missed soccer attempt there. That's an easy GWS goal, but they got pumped in the end, so don't think we can roast Tommy Stewart too hard. Levi Casbolt, while you're there, you've taken an eternity to kick this one, mate, but just butterfingers there, no good.
Saturday night footy, same game. Cameraman getting a little bit too close. Like switch on, read the play a little bit, and you can see it coming. You've got a couple of metres at least. Just step to the side.
Correct.
Not that hard.
No awareness. But the winner, going to go back to NBA land. Now, when you're stadium management and you're trying to get the crowd up and about, you hit a game-tying, sending in an overtime shot. You know, you want to keep the lid on it a little bit. You want to be excited, but you probably don't want to let the confetti off in the stadium as if you won the game. 9 minutes this took to clean up. 76ers lost in overtime. What errors?